We always turn to Anjali with issues regarding COVID. There's a study, it was NPR as well as, I believe it was an offshoot of Johnson & Johnson, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, actually, and the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health that did a study that looked at the impact of COVID on Black and Latino families. Anjali, tell us more about this.
That's correct, Adam. So this actually is an interesting study because it extrapolates what we saw being a concern as well as looked into at the very start of the pandemic, and that is just what that income gap is, what the wealth gap looks like right now, with a majority of Latino and African American families with children suffering more when it comes to the financial impact of the coronavirus pandemic. And so when we're looking at sort of at large from the sample size, about 60% of the sample size of Americans saying that they have been negatively impacted, with more than 80% of African American families saying the same. So clearly seeing that divide. Early on in the outbreak, we saw a study from the Urban Institute showing that 25 to 35% of African American and Latino families saying that they could not work from home. So sort of setting the stage for what we see right now in this new study. And going back to the pandemic itself, we already know disproportionately the virus impacts these very same communities. So really, widening the gaps that already existed within society and waiting to see just how those get addressed.